welcome to KamenRider Blackman. So, the first episode of Boonboomger is out today, and I just watched it.
What the fuck was that, Stolas?
And after this video, I'm gonna want to watch it again because, holy crap, there are moments when I really laughed in this episode. Starting off with the very beginning, like, our future Pink Ranger is about to be married to a mobster's son. Then Boon Red comes out of nowhere, interrupts the wedding, and just leaves with her immediately in the next scene with her in his car and as they drive off. How does that happen? I have no idea, but it happened. A lot of jokes in this first episode about minding traffic safety, and it's just, I'm getting the feeling this is going to be a more lighthearted season. And honestly, I'm all here for it because I enjoyed it. Well, I enjoyed this first episode and all the jokes in it. For all the jokes in it, let me think, what was there? The fact that after Red and Pink take off in his car, all the mobsters are following them. And then the Roomba monster, Yadu car, I guess, just blow people out of the way. Not killing anyone because, or so we think, just knocking cars out of the way. And once the Roomba monster and Red and Pink come to a stoplight, an old lady walks across the street, light turns green, they go back to it. Now, conveniently too, Red's car can fly. Like, once you press this one button, the hood opens up, and then there's apparently a booster to launch the car in the air to get them away. Because, you know what? That's something that cars always need. Shoot, I complained to KamenRider Drive how Trideron could do so many different things, but apparently it couldn't fly. Guess all Krim needed to do was just strap like a thruster in its engine and boom, there you go. But this first episode, I quite like it. I want to start off first with the characters. Blue, we obviously don't get much of. What's the best way to describe this? It's like Red is Batman out doing the job and Blue's hanging behind being Alfred. It doesn't help the fact that he's in a suit and everything, but it's like he's hanging back being Alfred. And the Pink Ranger, Mira, I like how the first episode was her focus episode because it was about her wanting something for herself. She didn't want to get married. She didn't want to leave the country with her boyfriend. She wants to start deciding things for herself. And I believed it, and I was all here for it. And with that said, I further enjoyed her excitement in becoming a superhero. Now, for the big one, Red, Taya. I like him. He kind of reminds me of Ace from Geats. Like, I'm getting vibes like that in his behavior. And with all the car puns and all. Bundario Bunderes. He's there. Making the curry. That's all I needed. I like that. So much in this first episode is just so sweet. Like, I'm not even upset by it. I like it. And of course, we have our cameos for our future Black and Orange Rangers. But they're pretty quiet and short, so there's that. What else do I want to say? Which, by the way, I'm talking about the first episode. I'm really just going all over the place. But goes to show. And while I'm at it, too, I have to say, as I mentioned this before, I think in my last video, it was the conference video, I'm slowly starting to be more into Boonboomger, so I really plan on staying with the show. And I think what made me open up more was the Morpher, the Boon Changer. I like how they transform with it, that's what I think grabbed my attention to think maybe the show won't be so bad. But while I'm at it, I don't like one thing from the Morpher, and that's the noises. Like, anytime you press a button, it just goes boom, 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 boom. And you have to do that to morph first. But I do like how you take, I guess, the morpher off to press the buttons. Then you actually slide it off your arms, like the trackers from Operation Overdrive. That right there is straight up awesome. I love that someone came up with that idea. I just don't like the noises because I feel like it's going to get old after a while. Just hearing all the boom, boom, boom. But with that said, I like the energy and excitement from the episode. Whether from the gear, from the characters, I honestly believe it all. And I think it's actually fitting that this is tied in with cars, like revving of the engine, like speed and everything. I like how it's all tied with cars and getting, I guess, revved up, if that makes sense. So, I guess now let's talk about our villains. The Hashia Haley. I can't pronounce their names. But yeah, there's the Roomba monster and the two other ones. Like, I'm not going to remember their names unless I look up the wiki or watch more of the show. But I like how, I guess, the monsters of the week are going to be made with using a key and saying ignition. And they do that with whatever inanimate objects. And that sounds like a good idea. Considering that the first monster of the week was a wedding dress. But with that said, I'm cautiously optimistic for this show. And I do quite like the first episode. I plan to rewatch it, and I can't wait for next week's episode. Because so far, I like these characters. I don't want to be too excited about things because I'm only talking about the first episode. So let's see what we're in store. And while we're at it, I'm saying this right now because I'm still debating on it. I kind of want to buy that Morpher, like the Boom Boom changer. I want to buy it. I like its functionality. Still not a fan of the wheel blaster that they have. That's just... Or the axe that Black and Orange are gonna get. Still not a fan of those. But, with that said, this is a video I've honestly wanted to do for some time now. The first time I came up with the idea for this was back in Zenkaiger, when I wanted to talk about the first episode there. But I never got around to it. And the reason why I'm talking about the first episode is because I want to give a lay of the land of things for anyone who could be watching this and thinking about watching, I guess, whatever's the new recent Sentai, Rider, or Toku out there. So I just wanted to give them an idea first for what's part of the show, and then again, this is from my first experience in the first episode. If anyone was to be inspired by this to watch the rest of the show, I'd be touched. But with that said, this show is new and I'm looking forward to it. So with that said, thank you guys for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share this video, tell your friends about KamenRider Blackman, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.